Hello artists, how are you today? Stephanie Aune coming to you from the banks of the Trinity River here near Willow Creek, California. What you doing, kid? Hi. I guess he decided he wanted to come up and see what was happening. You saying hi? Hi. Hi. What's up? Did my breath smell like fabulous coffee? I have coffee. Susan, that time he actually did get me. He doesn't usually do that. Okay, well, let's talk about the project here. I'm going to try to talk over him. All right, this week's edition of Creating Your First Altered Book. I had put just my basic flower doodles in there, but I went through and changed up the compositions here. I really wanted something more interesting than what I had back there. So you will see me build each one of those little collages. So these are, of course, the 30x3 tiles. If you did not have these little wooden doors, that's perfectly fine. Just use something that has a stiffer backing on it. So a piece of chipboard, maybe cardboard might work. Just something that is stiff. So you could glue 4 pieces of scrapbook paper together or something like that. And then, where are you going? Okay, he's going down now. So if you actually want to, sorry, don't mean to make you sick. If you want to see how each one of these were made, go into the 30x3 playlist. This is yellow-orange, orange-yellow, probably straight yellow, and red-orange, orange-red. Something like that. Here we go though. I love how they turned out. Now those little guys, I was inspired because I just received my order in from Tim Holtz. I got a bunch of the Halloween stuff. Not a bunch of it, but I wanted to get some of it because mainly it was, this paper sucked me in. This paper is really gorgeous, guys. And it would have worked great as a background on each of those doors. They would have been really cool. So hopefully I'll find a good place to use these coming up. Also, the Halloween paper dolls. They were just too fun. You know, paper dolls sometimes can be a little overused, but the Halloween ones, they were just nicely creepy. I also did get some of the worn wallpaper, which would have been a great background for those doors. I did like using my doodles, and as you can see here, like in this one, I just started to use pieces and parts of the doodles. And you will see that in the video for sure. But yeah, so the hinges, those will be down in the Amazon list. These are just little backs of parts of snaps that I just put on with E6000. That background technique is incredible. I have to say I am completely in love with that technique. It's a lot of fun to have that shininess to it. I really dug that. Other things that we have going on, Patreon. Here is their Creating Your First Altered Book video comes out on Sundays. And this is the project that we are working on over there. So this week you will see how to paint the raven, and then also how to paint the backgrounds. So I did the copper embossing 2 weeks ago, I think. Then this and construction. And then this week you'll get all of the final touches on how to make it. Really a cool project. Super happy about the dual wave doors and then the 4-door alcohol ink. This book is getting nice and chunky. In fact, we're going to have to figure out, I think, some sort of project that uses a majority of that this back part. So maybe I'm not sure what my next project will be with you guys, but probably something back here where we're using a portion of it. This book is starting to get pretty thick. I believe we have like 11, 12 layouts in here. So it's getting to maximum capacity, absolutely. What else do we have going on with the channel? We have Build a Doodle coming up next week. We will be doing the building flowers. So we have been practicing all of this week just with our regular flower shapes, and then next week this is our project for Build a Doodle. So if you want to see how to make these paintings, please definitely tune in. Please hit that subscribe button. Please leave a comment or like, add to playlists. All of those things are really super important for you to help me to bring you daily content. If you can join Patreon and pledge your support to the channel, I would really appreciate it. Patreon, I have 2 tiers. One is a $10 tier, one is a $25 tier. In the $25 tier, you do get to have a conversation with me for 30 minutes every month, and I love getting to know you all better. I'm having some computer issues lately, so that has put a damper on things for this week. Hopefully I can get that all worked out so one of these days soon. So anyway, that's enough blah, blah, blah. Lots of cool projects going on. So if you can pledge your support, I would really appreciate it. If you can support the channel by liking, commenting, adding to playlists, that is highly appreciated. Okay, guys, I hope you have a great day, and we'll chat soon. Bye. Okay, so I'm just trying to figure this out. Again, I'm just working as I go along here, filming as I work through the process. So I'm not, you know, I let you guys see how I work through everything here. So this is going to be interesting. I hope it turns out. Okay, I'm actually going to use Fabri-Tac. What happened there? Okay, we're gonna pull that around. All right. And then I'm going to pull it down here, give it a little cut. I'm going to come in here with this. We're going to glue the edges here. I'm going to have to trim all that fabric off. I want to make this really a nice edge. It's my goal. Alright, I'm going to glue the rest of this down and I will be back. So it's definitely much easier to take these out after it's glued down. Ah, famous last words. First one went real slick. Take an X-Acto knife if you don't have a, take a, even a toothpick might work. Something that has a little sharper blade might be better. So there we go with that. And then I did just end up cutting it off the top here. So just, actually I cut it off with my scissors. So that's what I'm gonna do, is I'm gonna cut this off with the scissors, and we'll be right back. So I've got it cut out and glued down. I want to put a coat of triple thick brush on gloss glaze. I'll show you the thing here in just a second. I'm hoping this is very bright for my aesthetic. It's beautiful, but very, very bright. Probably don't want the bubbles in there. A little bit too much water maybe in my brush. So we're going to put this down to protect the alcohol ink more, because it does flake off a bit from this background of the aluminum foil. It's just the nature of alcohol ink. Truly. Okay, let's see what we can do to tone this down a little bit here. Let's try cactus flower first. It's the same here as that color. That's beautiful. Remember guys, these are our archival inks, so they are permanent. We want to use permanent ink on this. Otherwise it'll just come right off. I'm actually going to grab the jet black. Actually, let me grab the plum first. Now, I know from using this color often that it really gives this gorgeous color. Oh, wow. It's a very burgundy. Now this one's Ranger. Doesn't say whether it's Tim Holtz or one of the other designers. It doesn't matter. Let's use a darker color. I think that's really amazing. And that fits a little bit better with everything else. Yeah, that needs to be done. Very sticky right now. I'm thinking about the cobalt, but I don't want to make it too muddy. Wow. Oh gosh, guys, that's perfect. This is the sunflower. Now that's better. So these dots need to go onto these ones. And we're working it all together. I'm going to take my paint pen and get down into these, and get those nice and black, or my Sharpie here. All right, we'll come back. Okay, artists, so all I'm doing here is I'm taking my E6000 and I am gluing the hinges onto the tiles. So I did 2 on one side and 2 on the other because they're going to both open out, and then this one will open out. So that's why my hinges are on opposite sides. So 2 are for one side, 2 are for the other. And it does seem to be better on the book if they hinge out instead of hinge in. It takes the bulk out from here. So just trying to get them over the edge. I'm only eyeballing the center of these. You know, it's pretty small, so if it's not exact, this is the one point, you know, where it's like, it'll be cool enough as it is. It doesn't have to be super perfect. If you want to make it super perfect, measure it. But I did not want to do that this time. Get it close, though. Love what's happening here, and this has dried nicely with triple thick. Might do a little bit more work around these edges. I need to find my one good paint pen, which I have no idea where it is. But once I find that, I'll go around those edges a little bit more. Okay, that's that step. Okay, so here we are with this. I have put hinges on these. So I glued them down with E6000 and then glued them here. Tried to line them up the best I could. It's a little bit difficult, a little precarious, but I do love how they've turned out. I've also taken some more of my Ranger liquid pearls, and I've added a few more lines and dots and just kind of gave a bit more frame to these. Now these are the 30x3 tiles. These were my yellow ones and my red, orange and orange red. I think that they look great with this. You could use a piece of chipboard that you paint or put a piece of deli sheet over the top. Whatever you want to use as a door. These are little 3" by 3" wood tiles. So that is where we are at with that. So now that I have all of those attached, and again, I just used E6000 and the hinges. If you're interested in the hinges, they are down in the Amazon links. Now, what I have also decided to do is to use some of my own artwork in the windows. So as you know, I have another challenge going on. This is the, oh, here's the ones I wanted to use. This is, the Build-A-Doodle. So why not use our own art that we have been creating? That is where I am trying to work you guys into, you know, that's kind of my goal here, is for you guys to be able to take your art and use it as ephemera or use it as pieces and parts in your book. That one's pretty cool. This one's just kind of fun. So I just cut out some of my favorite ones. There's no rhyme or reason to them. See, that one's pretty cool too. Yes. Okay, so I'm going to glue those in back there, and then I'm going to glue this book here. Then I'm going to clamp it all together. Yes, and let it dry. Okay, that's that should be that. We'll be back in a little bit. Bye. On this side, I decided to go with these two. I'm going to, oh, maybe won't move. Just put a little bit of that down there so we can move it where we want it. Put a little of that down there. Just a little tack. I love that little border design that I have kind of going there. And That's great. Just like that. And then, I don't know about that one. This one I like. All right. So I'm going to put Fabri-Tac down on this, and I'm going to close it up. And I'm going to do the same to the other side. You can put whatever you want to behind your little doors. You don't need to have these little pieces of paper. I just wanted to use some of my own little art in there, because I think it's interesting and fun and unique. And worth it. Alright guys, well, we'll be back here in a little bit. Hello artists. Okay, I don't know where we really left off, but I did get some, I was really attracted to these Tim Holtz Halloween things, so I did order a couple of them. This is the sticker book. I'm kind of disappointed that there isn't a bat in here anywhere. These are kind of fun. Definitely. She whom thou namest death. So I looked through here and found some cool things. This is what I have in here right at the moment. And I like them. Do I love them? I don't think I love them. But that could be me being, you know, too picky. I just don't feel like they're very exciting. Now, here's another thought of what I could do. Instead of using, you know, the ephemera like this, which would be a lot of fun, I think one of these in there would be pretty fun. You know, I just have to cut them down and fit them in there. I think that has potential. The Owl's Theatrical Cold Cream. I think that's kind of cool. The palm reader, I think, is... that would be more interesting than what it currently is. So we're going to play with it a little bit more. Other option is I've cut up all my doodles, and I could do a collage of these. Now, do I need to do these? No, actually, you know, I think what I've got going is pretty cool. I just think it could be more interesting. And if I can make something more interesting, well, then you know that I'm going to do it, right? So, could actually put in pieces of scrap. The river to pray. studying about that good old days. And I went down a studying about that good old ways. Starry crown below, show me the horses. Okay, so I'm truly being inspired by these new little things that I have. Again, these are the Halloween Tim Holtz, this year's edition of paper dolls and the Halloween ephemera. And I just have to say that it's kind of funky what's happening. But these kids are so creepy cool. That they really work in here very well. I don't quite know why. Let's see if she... It's kind of interesting with her hand up on the hinge, isn't it? Okay, well, we can definitely say that these took on a life of their own. I was highly influenced by the things that were on my desk. I don't know if that was a good thing or a bad thing. It definitely went a direction much different than what I had thought it would go. But I think that they're more interesting now. So I'm not against it. It just definitely took its own direction here. I'm just going to do a little stabilo. See if we can't make this all blend together a little bit more. I have a little bit too much water on my brush, but it is allowing it to move easily and not very uniform, in a uniform manner, which I'm liking right now. I'm liking kind of this hazy manner, for lack of a better word. Just be kind of a pain in the butt. This is Fired Brick, which you guys know is one of my favorite antiquing colors. just got all over her, which I didn't really necessarily want, but oh well. Oh, there we go. Now we got it all over her. I would stop because obviously I'm kind of a train wreck right now, but I need to get this finished for filming. So I kind of have to keep pushing through. Whether I'm in the mood to finish or not is irrelevant. I just have to finish. So it is what it is. That's a little bit of peacock feathers. I like that. Not where it started out at, that's for sure, huh? And if a little bit of that gets onto the others, I think that's okay. Here. Let's be more purposeful than that, though. God. My desk is full of stuff. And I need that. That's what I need. Yep, just pulled it up. I think I'm all done with it. I do have to say that it took a really different turn. I like where it went to, but you know, does the outside match the inside? I don't know. I think it's interesting. It's more interesting than what it was, which I like that. And of course, these have to dry a little bit more. Let my little doorknobbies dry here. These are just little snaps, or part of a snap. I have a kit to make snaps. And that's what those were from. But I think there we go. This is the. It was fun to put these little last pieces together and just kind of build it up. And I did purposely keep it, you know, kind of messy with the paint, and I like that technique. Obviously, we know I can be very focused with the paint, and the sprays just kind of added a bit of interest to it. That a little scary. But cool, I think it was okay. There, I just made his face blue. They are water soluble, so we can try to bring that a little bit back. Creepy kids. But with the Halloween theme for Tim Holtz, they are meant to be creepy, so they work. All right, guys, there you have the 4-door aluminum foil page. I think it's pretty cool. I think it was successful, and I had a blast doing it. So we'll chat soon. Bye.